Okay. Good evening, everyone. How are you doing today? Good evening, online. Online, good evening. Yes, I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Good evening. Hi, Abhijit, Preetham, Sachin. Hi, Chandan. All right, so I hope everyone are doing good and good to see you all here back. And I really appreciate you all guys taking time and joining the class. As I always say that this shows how interested that you guys are on your this DevOps batch. Hey Darren, I know you. Yes. So all of here, I think in this batch, most of the people are my previous students only, as I said yesterday. So yes, I know you, Darren. Yeah. Good. You're all my previous students. Yeah. So guys, yeah, yeah. Yes, you are. Hi, Ganesh. Hi. Okay. So good to see you all here. So guys, I just wanted to ask here, how many of you are here, especially online, uh, new people, those who are not my previous students, new people, just put the message in the chat, please, as new. Yes, not old, just no, only put new, please. Yeah, everyone, please. Those who are new, please put new. Okay, so I think we have started this class yesterday, right? Yeah, second class joined us yesterday as well. Yes. Yeah. Okay, thank you for all your response online. So let's jump on. Those who are new to this class, as I said, this course is all about DevOps, right? And and guys, those who are new to my classes, if you want to attend DevOps and AWS both, morning 9 o'clock session course is started. Please contact Naresh IT or please contact your admin or whoever it is. So if you contact Mr. Nikhil is your admin. I hope that you already got calls from him. So you can check with him. You can join in that morning 9 a.m. batch so that their full-fledged AWS and DevOps will be covered. So this batch is mainly, we will be covering DevOps only, right? And also, if required, we'll be going with a little bit of AWS basics, but not the full-fledged on AWS, right? So any new students, like Pratiksha and all other people, so those who love to join my course, so my class, so please contact admin, Mr. Akhil. So Akhil, can you please put down your mobile number here? Akhil, if you are listening my class. So please put down your number. Yeah, Akhil. So please call him or message him so that he will guide you to move on to this morning 9 a.m. batch where it will be covered. So you will get the recording. So that batch was already started. So you will get the recordings of what we have led. So that was not, it just few days back only we started the class. So there will not be any issue if you join it. If required, I'll take the backup class for all the new people, those who join in the 9 a.m. batch in the morning. Okay. So this course is plainly a DevOps course, please. Okay. And I really appreciate all of you taking time and joining this. Okay. All right. So let's move on. In our yesterday's class, so guys, new people, those who are joined today, so welcome you guys on board here. So my name is Riaz. People call me Riaz sir. Those who are new, I'm just saying my name. So most of the people know me already. So new people, my name is Riaz, having 18 plus years of experience. So I'll be your DevOps trainer. And of course, I'm also a AWS trainer plus a DevOps trainer. Okay, so let's jump on what we discussed in our last class. If you remember, SDLC, waterfall model. Okay, let's have a quick shootout. You know, right? So we'll be doing a shootout runs all the time. So let's have a quick shootout and what we have learned in our last class. So in our last class, I started with saying we need to start a business. If you want to start a business, first we need to have a team. So do you remember that team? How can you forget that team, right? So what is the team? What is the name? Okay, so for you to remember, these are the team members. To that quickly a flash on the screen. That Roxy, she is a developer, right? Mark is a operations guy, and Maria is a tester. And Kyra will not come into picture, so because she is a manager. So these are the three team members that yesterday got involved in developing the product or application, right? So we started learning yesterday that we need to start a business, and for to start any business, Pranam, what we need is we need to have a process. Okay, first of all, yesterday I took an example of Amazon application. Let's take for example any application for now. Let's take PhonePe. Everyone knows PhonePe, right? So morning to evening, you will be doing a lot of PhonePes. So can you tell me what are the things, what are the features that you have in the PhonePe? Number one, we do payments. Next, we do check balance. What do you do? Mobile recharge, right? What is that? Online billing, online billing, booking tickets. Okay, booking tickets. So let's take few example. Fast tags. Okay, so if I keep on putting again, I need to take the screenshot of PhonePe and put it here. Okay, so here, yeah, Srihita, Sipu, Viprenal. Yeah, fine. Yes, Shravani, very good. Insurances are also there. So if you take an application PhonePe, that is PhonePe. What is our own application? BoomPay. BoomPay, right? Nice name, right? So that is our new application that we have introduced in this DevOps, right? So what is our application name? BoomPay. Nice, no? Okay. Spontaneous names. Okay, BoomPay. So assume that we need to develop a BoomPay application. So in order to develop the BoomPay application, Nana, for what we need is first we need to have a process or not. Of course, first what we need to have a team, and then what we need to develop to develop all these features. What we need? We need a process. What process is that? That is SDLC. Yeah, Darren, in AWS, boom.com, in DevOps, BoomPay. BoomPay, yes. Yeah, yeah. I remember you, Darren. Yeah. So assume, guys. Yeah, Naveen. Hey, Naveen, you're here. Okay, good. So, guys, did you see here? So we need a team, and then what we need to have a process. And what process is that? SDLC. What's the full form of SDLC? Software Development Life Cycle. So yesterday I showed you the real-time examples where how this SDLC will be implemented, but I'm just writing here just for your reference. Okay, so the process of developing and delivering the project. Say that with me. The process of developing and delivering software project is called SDLC. So as a freshers, you will get an interview question. What is SDLC? So in shortcut, right? I'll be using KISS. Keep it simple. So the simple definition here is, guys, what is, if someone asks you what is SDLC, what do you say? Say that with me. The process of developing and delivering the software project is called SDLC. Yes or no? Simply what you need to do, first you need to develop or not. You need to develop and then deliver to the customer. And what that entire process, we call it as what? SDLC. What are the phases that we have in SDLC? If you remember yesterday, first one is, what is that? requirement gathering. You no need to remember, just try to be in that situation and think, what is the first thing that we need to do? We need to get the requirement gathering or not? And then once we gather the requirement, we need to analyze the requirement. What is the next one here? Requirement analysis. Very good. Once you do the requirement analysis, what we need to do now? We need to design or planning. We need to design or planning. Next, what we do? Once you have designed the blueprint, what we need to start developing or not? So that is called here developing, right? Or coding or implementing. Developing, coding, and implementing. Now, what is the next step? Okay, so fifth step here is, of course, testing. Next, Nana. Excellent. Next word, deployment. Next, we need to delivery. So wordings, you need is important. Next, maintenance or monitoring, or here monitoring will not come. What do I do is maintenance. Maintenance meaning everything, monitoring, everything will come into the maintenance. So you understand here all these 8 phases. What are the 8 phases? Number 1 is requirement gathering, requirement analysis, designing, developing, testing, deployment, delivery, and maintenance. Can we skip any of this one? If you skip it, so can you deliver the product? So designing is also important, developing is also important, deployment is also important. So here, you tell me, Nana, as a DevOps engineer, or it's very hard for me to say only DevOps engineer. I will call you as AWS DevOps engineer, because I should not skip my AWS, right? So you are my AWS DevOps engineers. So tell me, in which place that you will be involved in this phase? In which phase that you are mostly involved? Okay, let's go one by one. Are you involved in this phase? No. Are you involved in this second phase? Are you involved in third phase? No. Fourth phase? No. Fifth phase? No. Sixth phase? Yes. You're getting it? So in the SDLC process, do not think that you need to carry the entire SDLC on your shoulders. Don't think like that. What is your job is only here what? Deployment. Do you need to worry about the coding? Do you need to worry about testing? No. Testing people will development who will develop developers. Testing who will do testers. But here deployment we need to do by taking the code from whom? From developers. Take the code from developers and ask the tester to test the code and give the code to us so that we can go and deploy in our servers. Online, can you confirm, guys? Can you hear me well? Someone saying voice is breaking. Can you hear me? Clear and loud? My voice will not be low. Bhayanak bass voice. Yeah. All right. So this is the phase where we will be concentrating more on. Okay. So it's completely understood here. CC on SDLC. You no need to come back on SDLC anymore. This is completely what is SDLC about. So in this SDLC, yesterday we learned that we have majorly 3 models. What are the 3 models? Number 1 is waterfall model. Number 2 is agile model. And number 3 is DevOps model. So why I have done here indentation here, that meaning one space here? Because DevOps will come under agile. DevOps will come under agile. Okay. So DevOps is a culture, Nana. What is that? DevOps is a culture. Yesterday we have discussed quite a lot about waterfall methodology. So do you remember waterfall methodology? So what was that about, Nana? Develop completely and then test it and then deploy. How many times you'll be deploying there? Only one time. So most of the time people will be focusing on development. So it's a sequential approach or not? It's a sequential approach. Everything will be happening step by step. Everything will be happening step by step. So I already wrote the differences for you to save the time here. Let me explain what is this here. Okay, now. So what is here waterfall methodology? Yesterday we have already learned, but just here I'm putting it here to make you more confidence what is about this waterfall model. So here tell me, earlier people will be using which model? Waterfall model only to develop the projects. So, and waterfall is what methodology? Linear methodology to develop and deliver the project. So that means a sequential approach or not. So once they, let's say you have 3 people are there, developer, tester, and operations guy. So now, whenever the developer is developing the application, these testers and then operations guy will have no job. They will not be having any work. Do we have any work? No work. They will just be chilling it, right? Yes or no? So for that reason here, everything will be happening here step by step. What's that here, Nana? Step by step. If one step is completed, then only we go to the next step. Agree? If once the development is done, then only we need to go for the testing phase. Can you directly go to the testing phase without development? No. Right? So here, why is it? Yes, we have Srihida. We'll talk. Penchila Swami. So guys, please check from your point of view. It's clear from my end because please check your 1.5 GB is still there or not. 1.5 GB per day, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So here requirements are fixed or not? In waterfall model, requirements are fixed. Why it is fixed? So initially customer will say that, hey, this is my requirement. You develop and come back to me. So later what, as the requirement is fixed here, so there will not be any change. So people will keep on developing that, and then lately they will show to the customer, and customer will come with like, surprise, this is not the one I am expecting. Yes or no? So that is here requirements are fixed. Budget is also fixed or not? And client involvement will be there here? Tell me, online, client involvement will be there here? No, very less. So client involvement will be there only at the end of the project. So, and this model is not suitable for the big projects. If you have very small project, people are still going with the waterfall methodology only. Guys, example, let's say for example, Karthik said to me, okay, I have given a project to here, our friend Karthik. What is the project? Please develop one HTML template for my company website. So I already told you that this is how the design look like. It's a very small project. Will you keep on, will you like, you develop a homepage, you come to me, sir, homepage is done. So, and then will you come to me saying that, sir, careers page is done, Sir, this contact page is done. Will you come back to me each and every page? Coming to every back and forth is which model? Agile model. But in these kind of small projects, do we need to go back and forth with the client here? No. So, but this waterfall model will be good for your big projects? Definitely no. So that is completely on what model here? Waterfall model. Next, coming to what methodology here? Agile. So Agile is the iterative approach or not? So what we need to do here? First, we will develop, test, and deploy when? 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 After how many days? 2 weeks. That every sprint. Every sprint. Remember yesterday we discussed about the sprint? Guys, sprint is how many days? 2 weeks. Sprint is basically, it is not fixed 2 weeks. There are few companies, they'll go with the 1 week also based on the project. I want to deliver the project very quickly. Do I need to wait for 2 weeks? It is my wish. In my company, what I do is there are some projects, which emergency project, I need to do something. So I can reduce my sprint days to 1 week. It's my requirement, right? So here, but deployment will be happening only once in a week. And all surprises will come after a week. Yes or no? So that is here, development and testing will be happening parallelly. Yes or no? Development and testing will be happening parallelly, but deployment will be happening once a sprint. Okay, Nana? So here we will deliver the project in multiple regions called here sprints. And we will get the, you tell me without seeing here, customer will give the feedback when? Every day, every sprint, which one? Every sprint. So what our developers and the team will do is they will get the requirement from the customer and they develop for the 2 weeks and they'll do the deployment and then they will show to the customer, hey, is this the one that is you are expecting? Once the customer say that yes, then only they will proceed to the second sprint. If they say that, hey, this is not the one I'm expecting, please do some changes. Again, they will go back and then redo the coding or not. They will change it. They will change the code. Again, they do the redeployment that will come under sprint 2 again. So as you are doing, as here guys, as the developer is bad, assume developer is very bad. Can you deliver the product to the customer very quickly? No, because the feedbacks will come very regularly to the developer and he will be doing bug fixing every time. When do you deliver the project? You're getting it? No. See, this one is not technical, but to talk about the DevOps, when we go and move, see what my agenda here is, I can directly start Git or I can directly start Linux commands today itself. But first you need to understand how in the company the business model will work. Once the business model, if you understand how it works, then implementing the technical things on that business model will be easier for you. So as a DevOps engineer, you need to know the whole idea in the company, how it is running. Just imagine, you are a AWS DevOps engineer, you join the company and your task is to run a pipeline, for example, in Jenkins. And your manager came to you and said, hey, run this pipeline. And what is your job? You're running this pipeline. You're every day running. And once upon a day, now you'll get a question that, why I'm running this? Who is using this? Why is asking me to run every day? Why is keeping on asking me to change it? What is the use of running? Who is impacting? Who is using my code? You should know all these things or not. That is the reason why here I'm telling you the whole process. First, if you understand the process, then we go for the technical terms. You got the point, Nana? Online? You're getting it, Nana? You're getting me? Today, are you getting me? Online? Okay, so in this case, requirements are fixed or not fixed? Requirements are not fixed. Budget is fixed or not fixed? Not fixed, because we will be telling to the customer, remember, see, we will be telling to the customer will come to you, say that, hey, this is a project. And you need to tell, your manager need to tell, this project will take 4 sprints. Assume this project will take how many sprints? 4 sprints. That is fixed. Tell me, is that fixed? No, sprint 1 is done. You showed the code to the customer and customer gave some feedback and you are again working on the same code. So that sprint will extend or not? So initially you have 4 sprints. Now slowly that will increase to 5 or 6 sprints. So here the requirements are not fixed. The budget is not fixed, because initially the customer will say that I'll be paying for 4 sprints. But now as the number of feedbacks are getting increased, so customer need to pay for my 6-7 sprints or not. So that's the reason why here budget is not fixed. So for that reason here, guys, instead of getting this, budget is also not fixed properly, requirements also not fixed properly, and then every 2 weeks you are doing the deployment. Is that the good way? Is that a good way, Nana? No, for that reason we are going to which model here? DevOps model. So in this DevOps model, what we achieve is we will develop, build, test. Say that. Develop, build, test, and deploy. When? After 2 weeks or immediately? Online? Tell me your answer. Tell me the answer. Immediately or later? Deployment will be happening immediately or later? Excellent. Immediately. So instead of giving me the customer after 2 weeks customer feedback, I'll get the customer feedback immediately or not. And then immediately my developer will change the code or not. Do I need to wait for next 2 weeks? So guys, here, this is called the DevOps culture or DevOps methodology, where immediately you are doing the deployment, getting the feedback from the customer. Guys, and if you want to deliver the project for 1 month, immediately can you deliver in 1 month or not? Which model? DevOps model. Is it rapid or not? Example, iPhone, which is the latest version, 16. So every year they will release or not? Right? In which month they will release? Huh? September, almost September, right? Okay. So now they have already released 16 and they're already working on 17. And when they need to release? Next year, September, 100% they need to release. For that, they need to approach the model or not? So if you are, so you tell me here, which model they will use? Agile model only. In Agile model also, they will go with the DevOps culture, because they will develop this iPhone 17 and then for every piece of code they have developed, they'll be deploying it and they will be testing it. They will test and they will deploy and check as a testing like iPhone 16, everything is properly working or not. So like this, the deadline is September. To reach that rapid deadline, so we will be using this DevOps culture. Example, another example. We have, let's say, you want to purchase a phone. You tell me which one you like. You want to purchase a phone. From Flipkart, you ordered a phone. And then from, what is another one? Amazon, you have ordered the phone. From Amazon, it is taking only 1 day to deliver. And Flipkart is taking 4 days to deliver. Which one would you prefer? Amazon. Why? Why? Answers. Answers I need. What? Fast. What is that? You need faster. But your customer also need fast, no? समझ में आ रहा? Getting it? You need faster, right? Later you are working on some project in the company and your customer also need faster, right? So in order to get that fast, which model do you use? DevOps model. There that is fast delivery. Here it is fast delivery also. But here you are delivering your product continuously. You got that? You got completely. I know as DevOps is little bit 2-3 steps you need to understand more, right? So initially first day, second day, third day, it will be little bit difficult to understand, but I'm taking my best effort to make you understand what is DevOps technically here. First you understand logically business model, you need to understand. Okay, super. And then coming to, and you all understood, is it clear on the waterfall model and then agile model, guys? Pakka? Online cities, is it clear completely? CC, till here? Fantastic. You guys are superb. Let's move on to next model. Which model is that? DevOps model. Which model is here? DevOps model. So the question here is, first question, what is DevOps? Based on what you have learned from me till now, can you just try to frame? Tell me if someone asks you, what is DevOps? What do you say? Try. You know, right? You want to speak up, whether it's correct or wrong, secondary. Speak up. Try. DevOps is a culture which is used to deliver what? Application faster. Correct. That's a DevOps. That is the exactly DevOps definition. Did you learn before? Then how did you told the definition of DevOps now? That's the reason behind that. What the basics, right? We have the powerful thing called here what? Basics. So now if someone asks you DevOps, what is DevOps? Now you can proudly say DevOps is a culture, not cluster. Okay. Once a technical guy is always technical. Okay. So it's a culture. And it's also process or not, which is used to deliver what? The projects. To whom? To the client fastly or quickly. This is the definition of DevOps. Read it for me, Nana. What is DevOps? DevOps is a culture and process which is used to deliver the projects to the client quickly is called DevOps. If you say, okay, Shubhankar, you didn't leave me. Huh? He's the one who always rectify about the spelling mistakes. Okay. You understand, Anna? What is DevOps here? Superb. So this is how you need to tell in the interviews if someone asks DevOps, because what is DevOps is a very frequently question that in interviews as a freshers they will ask, right? Because without knowing what is DevOps, will you become a DevOps engineer? No, right? What is the main, right? Yeah. So what is the main thing here is, Nana, quickly is the concept. What is it here? Quickly is the concept. DevOps is equal to quickly we need to deliver. That's the main thing. Okay. So can we also say DevOps is a set of practices or not? DevOps meaning, I no need to write. DevOps meaning a set of practices. You can say it is a process also. So can we say that using DevOps, we can reduce the time of SDLC or not? Yes or no? So this is the advantage of DevOps. So DevOps, using DevOps, we can what, Nana? We can reduce the time of software development lifecycle. We can reduce the time. And also, DevOps meaning it's a collaboration between. Excellent. Tell me online. DevOps means the collaboration. So the collaboration between whom? Developer and operations. So DevOps meaning it's a collaboration between whom, Nana? Developer and operations. So DevOps is equal to development plus operations. So this is the definition of, this is actually what is DevOps meaning. So dev plus ops, development plus operations is called what here? DevOps. Nana, you need to understand here what is development team and what is operation team. Yes or no? We already learned this before. So tell me, what is the development team? What is the responsibility of development team? Yes, development team is responsible for what? To write the, yes, to write the code as per, that is important. So whatever they want to write Java, Bava, they will write no, right? So here, which one? So they need to write the code based on the client requirement. What is the operations team will do? Operations team is responsible for deployment of the code into the server. Okay. So DevOps responsibility meaning here, DevOps responsibility collaboration between this development and then operations. Now tell me, guys, are you responsible for this team? Tell me online, everyone. Are you responsible for this team? Yes or no? Confidently. No. Are you responsible for this team? Partially, yes. Yes and no. Because we are involved in the development. We are involved in the development. So it is not, it's about, see, DevOps is not only one person job. It's a teamwork. It's a teamwork. Because in this DevOps, there are a lot of cycles are there not. What are the cycles? First into design, plan, design, code, build, tester. So all these things will be done by different teams or not. So we need to collaborate between all these teams, and then DevOps guys need to work, right? And this can be automated through all these, we call it as pipelines. We'll talk about it. Okay, super. Now once the development is completed, the operation team is responsible to deploy and deliver that project to the customer. So we'll be strongly working with what? With whom? Operations team. Actual real time. Will you go and talk to the developers? We are not at all interested. Remember, in this DevOps course also, we are not developing the applications. Remember, we are not at all responsible for developing the applications here. This course is all about DevOps, where you will be taking the code or application from the developers, and the next step we will be integrating it. And who will give the code? Developers will give the code. Who will test the code? Testers will test the code. And what we will do is, we will also do the smelling of the quality. We will be also doing the security check of the code. We will be doing the security checks, scannings and everything. If something goes wrong in that code, do we need to redo it? We need to rectify it? No, we need to tell to the developer saying that, hey boss, hey testers, you think that your testing is completed, but I have a tool. I have a tool in my DevOps called Sonar Cube. What's that? We'll talk about it. I'll make you inject the tool names also. So there is a tool, different types of tools, that my tool is telling that the test cases are failing. Better you go and check. There is some tool where the code quality is checking. And then we need to go and tell to the developer that there is a quality code problem is there. Please go and check it. There is a tool in our DevOps where it will check the vulnerability issues, security issues, where we will tell to the developers, hey, you are using this kind of character, you are using this kind of library, you are using this kind of some jar files, which is not secure in the project. Take out. We need to identify and inform to the developers or respective teams. I'm telling the actual job of DevOps. Guys, generally you don't get this. Generally, if you go to any training, what they do is, welcome to DevOps. Let's start Git push, pull, push, pull. But here, what we need to do is, we need to try to understand what exactly the DevOps meaning and what are the responsibility model. Remember, in AWS also, we learned about shared responsibility model. Remember? Here also, we need to know about the responsibilities of the DevOps engineer. If someone is coming and telling to you that, hey boss, there is a security issue on the code, is it your responsibility? Developers will come and fight with you that you do something. Are my job is to check to that everything is clear and safe so that I can deploy into the server. If something is going wrong here, it's not our responsibility, but finding things is our responsibility. Identifying is our responsibility. Fixing is not our things, yeah. And that too, I'll tell you, see, developer will give the code. Who? Developer will do the code. And we will pull that code, we will build it, and then test it. And then what we do? We deploy. And then deploy on where? On the server. See, tell me, if something goes wrong here, your responsibility? If some server is dead, is your responsibility? No. No. It is your not responsibility. So-called SRE. What is SRE? Site Reliability Engineer. You also learned AWS, right? That meaning you are also responsible. So here I'm not teaching only DevOps and AWS. Here we have including what? SRE. As you learn AWS from me, you know how to launch servers. And if something goes on, you know how to troubleshoot. So here, that meaning you are learning the full stack completely. That's a beauty, right? So generally in companies, what they do is, if something goes wrong on the server, So DevOps engineer is not responsible. So they will create a ticket with the SRE team. That SRE team, I'm not able to deploy onto the server. Please check. What is your responsibility, Nana? From here to here. Building, testing, security scanning checks, deployment. Continuous, we need to integrate. That is called continuous integration. And continuous, you are deploying. That is called continuous deployment. CI, CD. Getting it? No, no, online, you're getting it, no? Tester, we are not testing it. So we are using, we are checking that whatever that, see, there are different types of functionality testings are there, stress testing is there, rigorous testing, there are, there are different type of testing. Here we are testing whether the code is properly working or not as per what they said. So some security checks will do. So guys, online, is it clear, Nana? Clear? You're getting it? The actual concept? Okay. Super. Okay. So I told you yesterday that why DevOps is in infinity symbol. Why? Because it is continuous process. So SRE full form. What is SRE full form? Site reliability engineer. Site reliability engineer. Okay. Let's go for here how DevOps works. Interesting thing, right? I said you what is DevOps first. I said it before what was before DevOps and how we have implemented DevOps. What is the purpose of using DevOps and how do we use the DevOps? And now I'm saying how DevOps actually work. So Tamim is asking what is Scrum? Actually, Scrum will come under Agile where actually we no need to go to that topic, but we have a concept called Scrum Master. What is that? Scrum Master. This Scrum Master job is to make sure, let's say for example, I'm Scrum Master and you're all my team members. You're all my team members. We have here PO, Nana. PO meaning product owner. Say that. Product owner. Some product owner, we have team lead. What's that? Team lead or managers. After that, we have Scrum Master. Say that. Scrum Master. After that, we have team members. Okay? Listen carefully. As someone is asking, I'm just telling about Scrum because Tamim will feel bad if I skip that question. Okay, see, PO will collect the requirement from the client. PO will collect the requirement from client because guys, I also worked as PO. So when I was working with a company called Napa, if you remember, right, there I was a product owner for one of the product where we are using in our ships. So here, do you see this here? PO will collect the entire requirement analysis. See, remember requirement analysis, requirement gathering will be done by managers. I told you this PO is the guy who will be doing on the SDLC first phase. So later, all the requirements will be given to the TL and TL is the guy who will be splitting the task into splitting the project into multiple tasks. And that task will be handed over to whom? Scrum Master. And this Scrum Master will feel, okay, no Scrum Masters here, no? Online? Online, please. Any Scrum Masters here? Online, any Scrum Master? No, right? So I can talk about Scrum Masters, huh? Okay. So, because I saw the Scrum Masters, how they feel. So they feel like managers, even though he's not a manager. Yes or no? Guys, online. Those who are team members, yes or no? Back me up. So they feel like a managers and they will come every day morning 9 o'clock. Before you start breakfast also. First guy who will come to you is what? Whom? Scrum Master. Scrum Master will come to you and ask, hey Karthik, how is your day? Good. Don't feel good. Yes, Danish. So he will ask, Karthik, what you have done yesterday? Please update. Karthik will list down in his paper first of all, because these are all the team members' problems. I know. So team members' problem is they will write it in the paper because they have not done actually anything yesterday. So they will just try to try to get so many things, and whatever there or not there, everything they'll try to put it in the paper, and they'll start telling, yesterday I have done this, done this, done this. But you cannot say like this, because whatever you have done, you need to update in the task. They will open the task. Karthik, I have given you 2 tasks. Can you give me the update? You are telling the update orally here in Scrum, but you need to update yesterday in the task only. Scrum Master will be opening the task, and whatever that you're telling orally, he will need to get matched with that update in the task. If you are doing some magics there, Nana, where do you create all these tasks? Jira. Say that? Not Jira Rice. There was this joke, right? So in the house, अरे जीरा को open करो, जीरा को लगाओ, जीरा को दे. And his mom came and then hit back and said, I make you to study and you're doing job, you're talking about Jeera rice, right? Not Jeera rice. So Jeera, and also, thank you, Danish. There is also something called what, Nana? Trello. What is that? So Jira and Trello, they both are where you can manage, of course, service. There are so many tools out there. ServiceNow is also there where you can manage all your tasks. Jira is called ticketing system. Trello, we can manage the boards and tasks and everything, right? So this Scrum Master, what they do is they will take the task and then they will try to ask what you have done yesterday and what you will be doing today. And whatever you have done today, you need to update tomorrow. So everything. So if there is a chance, people will try to kill this guy. So, but that is, we cannot do anything because that is his job, right? Understood? Tamim, and who was asking about the Scrum? So all these things will come under Agile. All this come under what, Nana, here? Agile. Online, clear, Nana, on the Scrum, please? Okay. So how the DevOps works, as I was telling, Nana, first there are something called stages are there. What are there? Stages. There are so many stages. You tell me, as per SDLC, what is the first stage? Plan. Okay, Nana? Okay. Next, what they do? Analysis, planning, everything will come here. Mainly what they do? Code. What they do? Code. Next, what we do? After writing the code, what we do? That is missing. You are saying testing, no? Before that, what we do? We need to build. So build will help to get all the dependencies, libraries, all required things that you will. It help for build. What is that word I'm using here, Nana? Build. Say that from first. Plan. After that, code. Next, build. Next, your favorite? Testing. The other stages are not. Is it only the stage or we have still more stages? We have more stages. Stages. After test, what is the next stage, Nana? Deployment. Deployment also, or you can say what? Release and then deploy. Release meaning the code should be released. And then we will deploy. And then what we do, Nana? We will maintain. Or what we do? We operate. And then finally what we do? We will monitor. Can you read this for me, please? Plan, code, build, test. And generally, directly we can say deploy. And then directly we can say monitor. But I need to give you more depth subject, right? For that reason, I have included here what, Nana? Release and deploy, operate. Yeah, exactly, Tamim. Release meaning ready to whatever the code that they have given. So they should be ready to deploy or not. Yes, exactly. So you need to remember these stages. You need to remember these stages. So these stages, if you want to remember, I will give you a shortcut or not. Okay, let's try to, without saying, you try to tell me the stages. Number 1, go ahead, online. Number 1, plan, code, build, test. Next, release, deploy, operate, monitor. If you are difficult to remember, I'll give you one shortcut. PCB TR dump. Say that. Remember in AWS we used to sing songs, no? And you remember, no? Let me ask you, what are the types of EBS volume? Sing that song. GP2, GP3, IO1, IO2, ST1, SE1, standard. How many months has been happened now? Huh? Did you forget? No, right? Remember, right? So this also you remember. PCB TR dump. Say that. PCB TR dump. So, okay, tell me what is P? Plan, code, build, test, release, deploy, operate, monitor. Yeah, Tamim also said no. How many RDS engines are there? 7. Shortcut. Mom, PMAI. Mom, PMAI. Ramesh. Hey, this very nice example. Ramesh batch was Mom PMA. Latest batch, Mom PMA, I for IBM DB2. IBM DB2 was not there few years back. So Ramesh was my older batch student, where he remember only Mom PMA. Latestly, IBM DB2 got involved in the RDS. Okay, no problem. Okay, is this clear, Nana, here? What is the shortcut for the stages, DevOps stages? PCB, TR dump. So plan, code, build, test, release, deploy, operate, monitor. Okay, see. Listen carefully. Now, plan code that will parallelly happening. We call it as continuous development. Say that. Say that. Continuous development. Yes or no? Definitely planning will happen. Definitely coding will be happening accordingly. At this continuous process or not? Tell me everyone, continuous process or not? There is always room to disagree. Okay. But as per the logic, it's a continuous development or not? Yes, that is called continuous development. And then once they develop, they need to build and then test it. And what is this called? Continuous. Excellent. Continuous testing. Getting it? Continuous testing. Next, release and then deploy. Exactly. Continuous deployment. Fantastic answer. Next, operate and then monitor. What is this? Continuous monitoring. Fantastic. Getting it? No need to remember. Logically, I'm proving everything here. Okay, now, so we need to integrate all these things or not? We need to integrate this and this. Yes or no? We need to integrate this and this. We need to integrate testing and deployment. And we need to integrate deployment and monitoring. So here, for all these things, right? For all these things, what we call it is here, continuous. What do we need to do? Integration. Continuous what here? Integration. So release and deploy, you can think same on Anup, but release meaning is ready to deploy, deploy meaning actual deployment. Continuous integration. So all these things, everyone, this phase, this phase, this phase, this phase, everything is continuously integration is needed or not? Online, clear? So, and this is also called continuous planning. Say that. Continuous planning. See, there are something called 7 C's. How many? 7 C's. I'll tell what is that. Continuous planning. Next, continuous building. Then continuous testing. Next, continuous release. Continuous deployment. Continuous monitoring. Okay, continuous operations and then continuous monitoring. How many C's? 7 C's. So this is 7 C's. Hey, nice. 7 C's. So 7 C's, your name is nice. Hey, online. Hey. What is your name? Hey. Okay, good to know. So here we have 7 C's. Sat Samundar. What he said. Right? Tell me what are the 7 C's, Nana? This is one of the interview question. Do you know what are the 7 C's in DevOps? What are those? Continuous planning, continuous building, testing, release, deployment, operations, monitoring. These are all called 7 C's. And also, there is something called another C, another one is, I am that emo, sir. Who is that emo? Yesterday emo, yesterday emo, today hey. Tomorrow? Okay, fine. So, okay, Nana. So here, if you see this, one is missing here. Can someone identify that? Continuous? Hmm? Coding, planning, coding will come under. There's one important thing is missing. One CD is missing. One CD is missing. Exactly. Which one? Continuous delivery. So whatever that we are doing, it is from till in our company only. So we need to deliver to the customer or not? We need to deliver to the customer. So here we have continuous delivery. Continuous deployment is different. Continuous delivery is different. Both are different. Continuous deployment meaning automatically you are deploying to the server. Continuous deployment meaning where you are automatically deploying. That meaning, so here, continuous delivery meaning. So what you do is you will plan, you will code, you will build and test, but no deployment. But no, I'm coming. So I need to give test to know. No deployment. So they'll keep everything readily and they will deploy later. They will deploy later. This is manual deployment. What is this here? Manual. Continuous delivery is manual deployment, and continuous deployment is automated. That's the difference between continuous delivery and continuous deployment. Continuous delivery meaning, Nana, what we do everything. We'll keep it aside. Whenever the customer required, yes, I need that change, then go ahead and then deploy. That is continuous delivery. Generally, people what is continuous delivery meaning delivering to customer is called continuous delivery, they will think. Of course, that will also come under that. But actually, logical thing here is continuous delivery meaning it is a manual deployment. If you are doing it automatically, that is called what? Continuous deployment. And we are all integrating all these phases or not? If you are integrating all these phases and running, that is called pipeline. Say that. Pipeline. Say that. Say that. Pipeline. So here, pipeline meaning you need to integrate your code, build, test, deploy. You need to integrate all these phases or not. And if you are integrating all these steps continuously, and if you are doing the deployment, that is called CI/CD. What is that called here? CI/CD. So continuously you are integrating all the phases and continuously you are deploying to the server. That is called CI/CD. How do you do that? Using pipeline. Pipeline is nothing but it is a collection of steps or a series of steps. What are those steps? What are the steps? Planning, eating, chhod do. First, what is that? Get the code from developers, and what we do? We build, test, checks happens, security checks happen, security checks happen, and then we will deploy. So these, if you are continuously doing these steps, you will be doing these steps in the pipeline, and continuously you are doing the deployment. You got it, guys? Online, you got it, Nana, here? Online, is this clear till here, everyone? Super. Okay, so here I already wrote things for you here. What are the advantages of DevOps? You might know till now what are the advantages. What is the first thing? Speed, rapid, development quick, releases, reliability, security, client satisfaction, teams collaboration. Pakka, yes or no? Everything is covered here. Whatever we have, everything is matching. So guys, DevOps is not one person job. It is everyone's job in the project, because here we have development also need to be involved. Developers need to be involved. Testers need to be involved. And then operations teams also need to involve. If everyone, that is called, it is a collaboration. What is done here? Collaboration. Okay. So what are the tools that we have? Now we have the build stage or not? In this build state, there are so many tools are available. See, in the market, there are so many tools are available. We need to use the latest tool or not? We need to use the latest tool. So for building purpose, what is the shortcut of DevOps lifecycle? PC, B, TR, DOM. Okay. P, planning, don't worry. Coding, build. Testing, release. Deployment, operate, monitoring. So for building, which is the tool that we use? So we have, say that from your mouth. Ant, Maven, Gradle. Inside this, we will be taking care of, we will be using what, Nana, here? Maven. Maven is a what tool? Build tool. Interview question. So Maven is what tool? Build tool. So which is the tool that we are using for build purpose in your project? Maven, you should say. Got it? Okay, next. Repository. Nana, we have the, see, listen, this is very important. See, please, this is very important. So now here, who will develop the code? Developers. How do they give code to you? By hand? In pen drive? Huh? Yes, your mindset that where it's going is correct. So they don't give using pen drive. They don't share it in Google Drive. We have something called repository. There is a very big class for that. So the one of the powerful thing that we use here, what done here? GitHub. Git and GitHub. What is that? Git and GitHub. GitHub is a place where we create a repository. Repository is nothing but like a folder. And we'll ask all the developers, hey, developers, push the code to the repository. Use the wording. Push the code to the repository. These wordings are important. What is the wording? Push the code to the repository. These are technical words that we'll be using in DevOps, right? So once they push, where do they push it? They push it in the GitHub. So we have SVN also, we have Bitbucket also, we have so many other tools are available. I am listing here famous tools. In that famous tools, which is the popular tool that we use here? GitHub. Okay, next, we need to do whatever the code that they have done, they will do. We need to do the code review or not? Developers, nice Java, Baba, they have developed. Oops, for libs, everything they have developed. We need to do the code review or not? Do we know how to do the code review? We are thumb impression people. We don't know anything about the coding. So here, don't worry, we don't need to be knowing the code here, right? So what we need here, Nana, there is a tool called what? Sonar Q. What that will do? It will do the code review. So if there are any problems in the code, any kind of security issues, any kind of things, who will take care of it? Sonar Q will take it. Correct, Ramesh. Adi manishin talli gurtude naaku ardham kaledu. So this is how you need to talk to the developers. Yes or no? So go to developers and say, Adi manishin talli ekkaledu, right? Okay, good. Thank you, Ramesh. So, guys, I'm taking more jovial because everyone, most of 95% of my are my previous students only. So new people. So this is how we will run the class. We all, yeah, not ID much. So yeah, fine. All right. Hey, Azaz. Hi. Okay, Nana. So next, for code review, what we do? Which tool we use? Sonar Cube. Say that. Okay. Now, question for you. Question for you here is, which is the tool used for build purpose? Say, Maven. So, which is the tool we use for the repository code source code management? GitHub. So, which is the tool we use for code review? Sonar Cube. And which is the tool to do the code deployment? Jenkins. And we have something called udeploy. There are Circle CI, and there are so many. There's so many tools are available. Anna. Inside all these tools, what we do? Which one we use here? Jenkins we use. Right? Powerful topic. Many people say Docker. What Docker? Docker. R should be rolling, right? So you should say Docker. So please, yeah. So many people in interviews also, they say, so what are the DevOps tools that you know? Sir, I know Docker. From where did you come, man? What is that Docker? Okay, fine. Yeah. Yes, of course, Naveen, we can use that also, GitHub Actions. So here we have the container tools and so containerization tools. So basically, we know EC2. It's a virtual machine. Sorry, even new people, if you don't know about EC2. So there is a EC2 subject. Do you remember virtualization? So on what is there in the host machine in the bottom? Everyone say, what is the bottom here? Hardware. On top of it, in host machine, hypervisor. What we have? Hypervisor. On top of it, virtual machines. What we have on top of it? Virtual machines. So virtual machine itself is a virtualization machine actually. Inside virtualization, again virtualization is called Docker. Simple. You don't get this definition anywhere. Right? So virtualization under virtualization is called what? Docker. In this virtualization, again we are doing the virtualization concept called, what is that in here? Docker. So in generally in one host machine, you can create multiple virtual machines or not. Previously we thought, sir, with one host machine, how come it will be having multiple machines inside it? We got surprised or not on those days. Now, in one virtual machine itself, we have again multiple, not machines, containers. What we call here? Containers. Does the container require any hardware inside it? No. We need EC2 instances, virtual machines to deploy the application. Each EC2 contain one application. But here one EC2 contain multiple application. And each application will be a container. And if you want to create a container, what is the technology that we use? Docker. That is called here containerization. What we call here, container. So now question for you, which is the tool that you use for containerization? Docker. And if you want to manage multiple clusters, multiple Dockers containers, if you want to manage, is it possible to manage individually? What we need here? Kubernetes. So whatever the containerization that you have done, and if you want to manage multiple Docker containers in the form of clusters, high availabilities and all, then which is the latest tool that we have used here? Kubernetes. Say that tool. Say that. You can call it as Kubernetes, or you can also call it as K8. K8. K8 meaning Kubernetes. This is K8, okay? What's that here? K8. So don't worry. So K8 is also called it here Kubernetes. Okay. And you have done all the you have done deployed the machines. You have deployed the applications on all the machines. and Pusuk, you want to change some files. And if you want to change some, you want to do some installation. On which machines? Hundreds of machines. You want to change some file or you want to install something. You want to change some configuration. Will you do it manually on 50 machines? Forget 50, 10 machines? Not possible, no? So there is a tool to create something, you write something and apply, and then that tool will go into each and individual machines, and whatever the thing that you have written there, that will get executed on the machines remotely. And the tool is called Ansible. Say that, Ansible. That is a virtualization topic. Here we are talking DevOps, right? AMI, you need to create it. You have EC2 instances, but from AMI, you already created it. EC2 instances. But now you want to do changes. How do you do? On the existing machines. AMI will have here? No. So if you want to, again, what you need to do in your case, you modify on one EC2 instance, create a AMI, again you launch new EC2 instance. But your old existing EC2 instance is Dhamal, gone. New machines need to be launched. So here on existing machines, if you want to go and do the configurations remotely, which tool we use here? Ansible. Say that, Ansible. Okay, now we have done AWS very vigorously. A lot of projects we did, so many things we did, right? VPCs, RDS, so many things we did. We did manually, automatically. Manually. VPC, remember? And we have done automation also. Which one? Cloud formation. Cloud formation we have done, that is AWS native tool. What is that cloud formation did, Nana, in AWS? It has automated the infrastructure or not? Remember, we have launched EC2 instance using cloud formation. We have created VPC using cloud formation. We have launched EC2, RDS, everything you can write. Remember, we write templates, YAML templates. So similarly here, Nana, that is cloud formation is for AWS, but there is a tool which will help you not only in AWS, any cloud provider that you take. And if you want to automate your entire infrastructure, and that powerful tool, we call it as here, Terraform. What is it, Nana, here? Terraform. Chiti. Terraform, we call it as infrastructure as a code tool. So you can create that entire infrastructure through code. Remember, in cloud formation, we have written a code that is not a code. It's just a key value pair method. But Terraform uses a HashiCorp language, a small coding style where it looks like coding, but it is not coding. It looks like coding only. All flower brackets will be there, but it's not coding. And don't worry that you no need to write everything from scratch. We have the templates available. How did we fetch the, this term, can I use this word? We used AWS with AI, right? Jaya, AWS with AI mean what? We use ChatGPT. Yeah. So nowadays people also says is that we have used AI, nothing, right? So here you can also use ChatGPT, get all these Terraform templates, and then based on requirement modify and then execute it. But you should understand, yeah, now DevOps with AI. Now you should understand that how to get that code and where exactly that you modified the code and how exactly that code will run. The process you should understand. So which is a tool to set up your infrastructure automatically? Terraform. And next, what is, so once you set up this entire infrastructure, what you need to do now? You need to monitor it or not? So which is the tool for monitoring here we are using? Prometheus and Grafana. So Prometheus, Grafana is also very commonly used nowadays. That's the reason why I took this. But there are also so many other tools like Splunk is also very famous. Datadog was also famous, and which I worked for Splunk, Datadog, OpsView, Valhalla, and Kibana. What else? So these are all the tools that are available. Dynatrace is also there, right? Nagios is old. Nagios is very, no one is using now, right? So, but nowadays people are using which one, Anna? Prometheus and then Grafana. So in our course, I'll be covering here Prometheus and Grafana. If required, we'll go with the Splunk, but it's installation and doing configuration, slave machines and all. And for project management tool, which one we use here? Jira or Trello. Is not that much is not important, but I'll show you how to create a boards. Like remember, we created tables and we'll create a task, right? And we'll assign the people to the task. If required, I'll show that Trello also, how to manage the project. So these are the things that we'll be learning in our course and all. There are small things that will be there inside these tools also. I didn't listed a lot of things. Like in Docker, we have Docker Swarm is there, Portainer is there, Argo CD is there in Kubernetes, and EKS is there, ECS is there. There are so many things that I didn't listed, but all these things we'll be learning in this course. Yeah, I didn't listed that also here. So what is that security tools? Remember? Hmm? So I gave. Do you see this here? Trivi. So it is scanning the Docker images. And then here we have, did I put OWASP? This is also security protection for the open web application, right? So we'll be using these security things also here, right? Helm is very small topic. So in Kubernetes, we'll use automation called Helm, right? We'll be using that Helm also. Okay, Nana? Clear? Where is that? Yeah. Everyone? Maza aa gaya? Of course, Tomcat. So Tomcat is also there because without Tomcat, we cannot do any deployments, right? So all your applications, Java applications will be inside the Tomcat. So of course, Tomcat is I'll take a special class also on Tomcat where I'll show you how to install Tomcat, how to deploy, how to change the configuration files. Everything will be learning it. Okay. Any questions? Understood? Clear online? Any questions, Nana? So am I meeting your expectations? Online, please. Everyone, please. Big yes. Everyone. My old, beautiful, handsome people. More than that, huh? 120%. Fantastic. Yes. I'll be talking about Linux also, guys. That is like a starter. That is like a starter for the DevOps, right? Before we go to the main course, I'll be teaching what Nana here? Linux also. Probably from Monday, we'll see whether, by the way, tomorrow there is no class. Tomorrow, there is no class. Next class will be on Monday. And let's see from Monday, we'll start the next topics. And please do not miss the classes, okay? Okay. No problem. I'll tell a good amount of Linux also, Tamim. We'll go with the Linux first and then we'll go to the DevOps topics. Because I'll not be covering shell script. So because I promised you that many people has requested me to teach Linux. So yes, for a few days, I'll be teaching Linux simply, smoothly, aramse we'll do it. Okay. Sir, when you AWS based DevOps going to not able to join, when did you work? So Pratiksha, so guys, as I told you, online, don't leave the class until I say no, please. See, new people, as I told you here, this is purely DevOps. As I told you, this is purely DevOps. I know new people are very interested to join the course, but new people, please, you need to learn AWS first in order to go to the DevOps. Because whatever the tools that I'm teaching, everything, where do you install all these tools? In AWS only. But I'll be if you don't know how to launch EC2 instance, how to create virtual machine, remember our 7 steps. I'll teach you that quickly how to launch an EC2 instance. But if you want to learn purely DevOps whole-fledged, and most of my students here already AWS certified people, already completed AWS certification also, right? If you want to complete, see, thank you, Raj. Very good. Raj has completed the AWS certification also. There are so many people have completed certification. If you want to learn separate AWS, morning 9 o'clock batch started. Morning. Oh, wow. Good. Venkateswar Rao. Hey, how many people completed Solution Architect certification online? Superb. And by the way, guys, as I told you, this is DevOps. And next is DevOps with AWS, where I'll be covering what? Say ECS, EKS, ECR, and then Fargate. Say that. Fargate. These are all like microservices where I'll be covering this also, right? See, guys, there are so many people. Wow, I'm very happy, guys, to see all of you online that you have completed the certifications. So like this online new people, please, if you want to have full-fledged course having AWS and DevOps, please contact admin. He will give you the details of my 9 a.m. batch, where there I'll be covering AWS also and DevOps also. But this class is only for DevOps. Please. I know that you don't want to miss me, but if you don't want to miss me, please join with me in AWS, DevOps and AWS batch in morning 9 a.m. But you need to take a call immediately because we already completed few days, but that for few days, you will get the recordings. So guys, remember my online people, I'm just going for the first day overview. So have we done anything there yet? No, the overview is just we are talking about the services. Okay. So admin, Akhil, you there? Akhil, can you share your details, please? Akhilu? Any questions, Nana, meanwhile? Or else no problem, you will get the details on Monday also. So please, Purna, what are the job roles that I can apply? I already told you can apply as AWS engineer, DevOps engineer, cloud engineer, right? SR engineer, platform engineer, cloud operations, support engineer, a lot. Super. So, Pujita, so what are, okay. I got Akhil's number. So I'm just displaying in the notepad. So my new people here. So if you want to join in my 9 a.m. batch, please talk to him and get the details. So please note his number. He is Mr. Akhil. Yeah. Any questions? Yes, Node.js. There's someone said Node.js. Ajas, for Node.js, we have NPM, no? So for every technology, you have a separate build tools. So Maven is mostly used by Java. If you have Node.js, we have NPM, Node Package Manager is there. There are different things, okay? All right, Nana. So great. We'll cover cloud this session on just Java. So I'll be covering Pujita little bit of basics of AWS here. But if you need full-fledged AWS, you can meet me or you can join in morning 9 a.m. batch, which is started a week ago, or you can join there. That includes AWS and full-fledged DevOps like this. Okay. All right. So, sir, is it SSD or HDD? Which is better to storage purpose? You tell me, Chiku, SSD or HDD, which is better? SSD. SSD solid state drive, which is faster than hard disk drive, HDD. Go with SSD. Okay. Sorry, I took 10 minutes extra. Can you give me the final CC for today, please? CC with smile online. So tomorrow there is no class. The next class is on Monday. So please do not miss the class because Monday will be starting very new topics, important. And I would say no basics, nothing. We are slowly entering into the topics. Don't miss the class. So that is all, guys, for today. Let's connect on Monday with the next important, powerful topic. Until then, Take care. Have a nice day. See you on Monday. Have a nice weekend. Good night. See you on Monday. Don't miss a class.